Most people are living life completely backwards and they don't even realize it. But it's the reason that they never get what they want. See, I've learned that most of your top performers and people who are living a life by their own design or a life of fulfillment have adopted a certain mindset that changes everything. I've even adopted it into my own life, which has allowed me to not only be able to do what I love and I'm passionate about every day, but also have fulfillment in every area of my life. This mindset is called be, do, have. Stick around and I'm going to explain it to you in detail. How you're currently running the opposite mindset and how you can change your mindset to attract into your life whatever you want. Here's how most people operate. Instead of be, do, have, they operate from have, do, be. Once I have more money, then I'll do the things that successful people do, and then I'll be confident, fulfilled, happy, whatever, right? Once I have the perfect partner, then I'll do the work on myself, and then I'll be loved. Once I have more free time, then I'll do the things that I've been putting off, and then I'll be disciplined. And all that makes sense logically, right? Once I see it, then I can believe it. I mean, it feels like the safest bet because in that order, you ain't risking much. You're not stepping out and doing something before you see proof that it'll work. You're waiting for the conditions to be perfect before you make the move. But the problem is, that's not how transformation works. That's not how you develop faith in yourself. And that's not how dreams become reality. That is a guaranteed way to stay stuck in the same place year after year, living a very unfulfilled life. The fact is, the conditions will never be perfect. When you wait to have first, you waste your whole life waiting on something that's outside of you to change before you give yourself permission to change, either yourself or your circumstances. I mean, you can have first, right? You can have money first or time first or the right relationship first. But if you haven't become the person who can handle it, you're either going to lose it or you're going to sabotage it. Like you can think about those lottery winners who go broke in a few years, right? They became rich externally, but their internal identity was still broke. And your internal identity is always going to win in the end. But when you become first, you don't just get it, you actually keep it because it becomes just who you are, right? You've got to become first and then you will have. I'll make all this make sense in a minute. Just stick with me here, okay? But think about it. How many people do you know have been waiting, like for years, waiting to have more money before they start the business, waiting to have more time before they start taking care of their health, waiting to feel ready before they take that initial step? And maybe this is you. And sure, all that shit sounds safe, but it's really just a slow form of self-abandonment. And what I mean by self-abandonment is that you stop showing up for yourself. Like you know what you want, you know what matters to you, but you keep ignoring it. You keep making excuses. You keep waiting. It's when you put your needs, your goals, shit, even your potential on the back burner over and over. That's self-abandonment. Life is not going to wait for you to feel ready. If you keep putting a starting line somewhere in the future, it's going to stay in the future. And then years pass. Your dreams die on the vine. And then you're frustrated, wondering why nothing ever really changes and why you feel so unfulfilled with life. But that's what happens when you let the world decide who you become instead of deciding and acting for yourself. Because the conditions that you're waiting on are never guaranteed. And if they do show up, it's never going to be perfect. So if you want something different, you can't keep playing by the world's rules. You got to flip the order completely. In reality, the order is always this. First is be. This is where you shift your identity, your mindset, your habits. This is where you act as if. If you decide who it is you want to be, and then you live as that person, you walk around as that person, you think like that person would think, you talk like that person would talk, that is the being. That is how you be first in this be, do, have, right? Next is you do. This is where you take aligned action. What would that person now do? Or not do for that matter? Is that person disciplined? Are they accountable? Are they consistent? You take the actions and stop the actions that match the identity that you've chosen for yourself. So you've got the be, now you've got the do, and next is have. The fun part, the part where you get the things or the life that you want. Once you become the person and you're performing the actions of that person, you're going to create the results that that person has. That's when you obtain the things that you want from this life, because that's the natural byproduct of who you've become. That's the only way that it works. And once you understand this, you'll realize that you've been waiting on results to change you, right? When the truth is, it's who you choose to be that changes everything. So why do we naturally default to have, do, be, even though it keeps us stuck? And by have, do, be, that's what I'm talking about, where you feel like you have to have the thing and then you'll do the action and then you'll be the person. So why do we always go to that? Well, first, your nervous system is built to keep you alive, right? It don't give a shit if you're fulfilled or not. It's looking for certainty. It's looking for proof that it's safe to take action. So therefore, you tell yourself, once I have it, then I'll be ready. Once this happens, then I'll do it. Those are just false justifications that we use, right? Second is you were probably raised in a world of milestones. Most of us were. Get the grade, get the approval, get the thing, and then you're enough. But what that does is it wires you to chase the have first, to believe that the result is what makes you valuable. And finally, it's ego protection. Because if you wait until you already have it before you act, you never have to face the possibility of failing. It's like a built-in excuse. Because as long as you're waiting, you can always say, I could if I wanted to. I'm just not ready yet. Like, how many people do you know like that? I could do that if I wanted to. I just don't want to. Bullshit. But see, the problem with that is waiting might feel safe in the moment, but over time, waiting is what's going to kill your potential. When I started my last business, I started without knowing fully what to do A to Z, but I just did step A. And then I figured out step B. And then I figured out step C. Same with this. I turned this from making YouTube videos about becoming the best version of yourself into a coaching business and building courses to help people become the best versions of themselves, overcome their limiting beliefs, and change their identity to get whatever they want from this world. But I had to start with that first YouTube video, right? And I've said it before, the first ideation of anything is gonna suck. But you can't have number 100 without number 1. You only get better by doing. I acted as a coach for people before I became a coach for people. I helped people first, the be. I then made videos and started creating courses, the do. And now I have the life of a coach, waking up every day, doing what I love, and helping people become their best selves, the have. And here's the truth. Everything you do is downstream from who you believe you are. Change your identity and your behavior follows. Change your behavior and your results follow. If you start being the kind of person who prioritizes your health, you'll automatically do the things, right? Eating clean, training, and eventually you'll have the body. It's not the other way around. You don't wait to have confidence to speak up in a meeting. You start being the kind of person who would have confidence first. And then the confidence just shows up after the reps. So, how do you flip it? Step number 1, decide who you are. You got to get crystal clear on your identity before anything else. You can't say, I want to be healthy. You have to say, I am the kind of person who doesn't skip workouts and who follows a diet. You can't say, I want to be confident. You have to say, I am the kind of person who speaks with conviction. You can't say, I want to be wealthy. No, I am the kind of person who attracts abundance in all areas of my life and stewards it well. Step 2, act as if. Carry yourself like the person you've decided to be. Think like they would think. Do what they would do, and stop doing what they wouldn't tolerate. Step 3, visual and environment alignment. Surround yourself with the people and reminders and the systems that reinforce who you're becoming. Your surroundings should make it easier to act like your chosen identity, not harder. Step number 4, you got to track embodiment. Don't track outcomes. You don't need to worry about, did I hit the result yet? You need to worry about, did I live as that person today? Because if you keep showing up as that person, the results are going to take care of themselves. The results you want aren't waiting on luck or timing or perfect conditions. They're waiting on you to start living as the person who already has them. Most people are stuck because they're living life backwards, waiting to have before they do and waiting to do before they become. But you've seen the truth now. It's who you choose to be that drives everything. When you start there, the doing and the having, they all fall into place. So decide who you're going to be today and live as that person. That's how you create the life you keep saying you want. If you want more on how to reprogram your identity and live as a 10.0 version of yourself, click on the playlist below. Go listen to it while you're walking. Go listen to a couple videos while you're cleaning or whatever. And if you're ready to go deeper and want one-on-one coaching, shoot me an email. Or you can send me a DM over on Instagram at jtread. Let me know how I can help you. I hope you got something from this. I hope you understand that you can literally be, do, and have whatever you want from this world. You just have to decide and start taking actions. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next one.